Okay, welcome to Fahrenheit Performance Podcast, episode number 25. Today we have my personal Garmin run coach for the Standard Chart Half Marathon that I didn't quite finish last year. Manyun is here to talk to me today. She is a Team Singapore triathlete, right? You're also a super age group triathlete. Why don't you just introduce yourself, Manyun?
Hi, I'm Manyun. I wouldn't say I'm a national triathlete because
Well, you went to the SEA Games.
I
so
went to the SEA Games for duathlon. So
that's duathlete.
Yeah, duathlete. So I went to the SEA Games twice. 2021, which was postponed to 2022, and last year 2023. Yeah, there'll be. I'll be trying to qualify for the next one.
So you are going for next year's one as well?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So you were my coach for the Garmin Run. You're the Garmin Run coach for the Standard Chart. What else do you do? What's your day job? You're not a professional triathlete, right?
I wish everything.
Well, you have lots of sponsors. And you win a lot of races. So but you don't make a living off triathlon.
Yeah, but the thing is, everyone asks me, so last week you won a race. How much do you get?
Yeah. Yeah.
Medal.
A nice picture.
Yeah. Photos.
Yeah.
That's all. Really? Yeah. So we cannot survive with that.
Yeah, I think to call yourself a professional, you make a living off it, right?
Yeah, I cannot. But anyway, I'm a full-time PE teacher in a local JC.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing triathlon for?
Triathlon, 2 years.
Okay.
Duathlon slightly longer.
Yeah.
5th year.
So how did you get started? What were you a runner before? Because you're a very strong runner.
Yeah. So I started running in maybe like 2013.
Okay.
Yeah. I picked up running then and got a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
Did more races. So I became a bit more competitive.
Mm-hmm.
But then during that period, I cycle as well, but weekend cycling with
just
friends.
recreational.
Yeah, very recreational.
Yeah.
And there was a point where I was kind of like stagnant in running, and there was a duathlon coming up the following year. So my friend asked me to join, and then I joined. I won that sprint distance.
Your first race, you won.
Yeah,
Okay.
I won the duathlon sprint distance, but also because the rest of the athletes, the good ones, they were in the standard distance.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So the rest is history, and I started going from there.
So then, when did you realize that actually? I guess the first race you realized you're actually pretty good at this, and you wanted to make the most of it.
Yeah, and also because I found out that 2019 SEA Games will have the edition will have duathlon.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it hasn't been in SEA Games for many years.
Okay.
So then I thought, okay, then maybe I can try.
Yep. So duathlon is run 5K, cycle 40, and then run 5 again.
No. So for the standard Olympic distance, it's 10K run, 40K bike, and then 5K run.
Oh, okay.
For the sprint distance, it's half. Everything is half. So 5K run, 20K bike.
And then SEA Games, is that a sprint distance?
Last year it was sprint.
Okay.
2 years before it was standard.
Oh, so they can change it up.
Yeah, so it depends on the host country.
Okay.
Yeah,
So then this coming one up, this coming
should be
soon?
sprint as well. So you'll see me off.
Do you feel is that better for you to be a sprint or a standard distance?
Sprint is somehow less time consuming as compared to standard distance. Mentally wise, in a way it's easier because you just tell us that okay, it's just an hour of suffering.
Yeah.
Whereas
It's full gas for 1 hour basically.
Yeah. Whereas standard distance is 2 hours ish. Yeah. So sprint is.
And you're a strong runner, right? So do you just try to stay with the pack on through the bike and then run them down? Is that your sort of standard race tactic? For something like the SEA Games where everyone is very strong.
The ideal case would be to be in the front pack for the run, then you get into the you stay as a pack for the bike because
it's draft legal.
It's draft legal.
Yep.
So we can draft off each other, and then run is just 2.5K, you just
Oh,
all out. All
yeah.
out. Yeah. Don't care about your legs or just take away your brain. No, no, yeah.
And then just
Yeah.
collapse at the finish line.
Yeah. But unfortunately, my 2 SEA Games, I had bad. It was a bad run.
Okay.
Bad runs for both.
So okay, so you still feel like you got a lot more to. It's not like you gave it your all
I
and you
didn't
still.
showcase what
Yeah.
I could have done.
So it wasn't your perfect race, I guess.
No, it was one of the worst. Yeah.
So I guess you're a duathlete, but you do triathlons as well, right?
Yeah, I do.
For longer
Yeah.
distance. So what's your favorite of those 3 disciplines?
Swim?
Swim?
May sound what swim, but yeah, swim.
Swim is your favorite distance, even though you're a duathlete.
Yeah, although
Okay.
it's my weakest leg, and I just picked it up also like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
During COVID period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I grew up swimming. I'm a swimmer actually, and whenever I jump in the water, it feels so much more therapeutic, and it just feels
is.
natural for me.
Yeah.
To be in the water and in the salt water as well.
It's not natural for me, but I enjoy being in the water
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah.
I was afraid of the open water initially because I had a bad incident.
Okay, I'm still quite a bit scared of the open water because I swam for so many years with a big black line. You go clockwise or whatever it was, and then you go in the open water, and it's not your environment.
It is not.
It could be jellyfish, it could be a turtle, it could be anything.
could be
Stingray.
nothing.
Yeah, it
It's
could be
all in
nothing.
your mind,
it could be a
right?
big black dude. Yeah.
So
So whenever I complete a swim, it's a different kind of feeling when I do a good bike or do a good run. So I
Okay.
really enjoy swimming. Even for training, I do enjoy swimming.
So you come out of to T1, and then it's like you're happy it's done.
Yeah.
It's your worst leg, and then you're gonna sort of
Yeah.
push through the field from there, right?
Yes, correct.
Nice. And then what's your specialty? I guess is duathlon.
Yeah.
Right. Because I saw that you won the T100 last year and this year, right? And then why do you choose duathlon so much? Is it just because you feel like you're a stronger runner than?
Some people say because I'm crazy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of legs, right? As
Yeah.
compared to triathlon.
Yeah.
I think for me, I like challenges,
Mhm.
and I like to do difficult things
Yep.
and see myself through it and overcoming all these difficulties.
Is that like in training do you have hard sets that you
Yeah.
just push yourself and
Yeah.
finish and
Yeah, it is too easy. Sometimes I would tell my coach, "Oh, is it too easy?" Yeah, so I'm that type that I like challenges.
yeah. And then triathlon, I guess you don't do the short distance triathlons. You only do the longer.
Actually, I do the short.
You do the short.
Yeah, I do the short. Sometimes it's just for fun, and for me at the start, it was more to be more exposed to open water swimming. I'm not good at it, and I get panicked very easily.
Yep.
So I just want to expose myself as much as possible so that I would be very, very, very comfortable in the water.
Yeah.
So at this point of time, I feel like I'm getting pretty comfortable.
So when you said that you only started swimming 2 years ago,
Yeah.
is that really you learning how to swim 2 years ago, or you learned as a kid and then you started training 2
I
years?
didn't know how to swim from crawl. I only know how to
What?
swim like breaststroke. You go to the hotel
yeah.
staycay and everything. Yeah. So that was the only thing only shot I know.
And how is it now? How is your freestyle now? Is it acceptable? Do you think?
I think it's acceptable.
Yeah.
But I feel like I can improve much more.
Okay. I think the problem with triathlon swimming is that you can't make huge gains in the swim,
Yeah.
right? Like you could go from, let's say a half marathon, half Ironman, you could get from 35 minutes to 25 minutes, maybe. It's 10 minutes gain. But on a run, you could make up 10 minutes so much easier than...
for the bike.
Yeah, you can make up 10 minutes so much easier than that, right?
And for bike and run, if you put in the mileage, the chances of you seeing results is higher than swim.
Yeah.
For Perth last year, 7.3.
Yep. Busselton.
Busselton.
Yeah, you did very well in that race, right?
Oh, but my swim was horrible. I was
Too scared of
depressed.
sharks.
No. Unfortunately, there was no sharks.
Yeah.
For that, I swam 3 to 4 times a week.
So you really
You
really wanted to do well.
Yeah. And I was pretty confident, but I came out of the waters like 10 minutes off
Wow.
expected time. Yeah, I wasn't moving in the water. I didn't know what I was doing.
Wow.
So
But then you still came sixth, right?
Yeah.
So 10 minutes slower, and you still managed. So you made it up in the bike or the run or something.
yeah, so for my life in triathlon is always that I have to
Slowly catch the others.
But that
on
but
bike.
triathlon's a bit of a balance, right? If you go really hard on the swim, you might suffer on the run. So maybe
Yeah.
you're not so not that you didn't go hard, but maybe your not so great swim gave you the energy for the run or something. Who
yeah.
knows?
So
I think you're right. I think that applies to every triathlete.
Yeah.
It depends on which basket you wanna
Burn the matches in,
yeah.
yeah. And then SEA Games you've done 2 SEA Games right now, both in duathlons, right? What's the process of going for the next one? Is there a qualification window coming up?
Yeah.
Is it because the SEA Games is towards the end of the year next year, right?
Thailand.
Thailand, nice. Okay.
It will be nice.
and it will be in the end of the year. So I think the weather will be much nicer. Because the previous 2 editions were during the summer, like May, June. It was really hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been doing this since what you said 2013, roughly, right? Running
Yeah.
and stuff, right? How do you stay in the grind and stay injury free, or have you had some pretty serious injuries along the way?
As a runner, I think I had more injuries.
Mm-hmm.
So I think cross training helps.
But my run,
Do you go to the gym as well, or do you just swim, bike, run?
I do go to the gym.
Yeah.
Sometimes I will slack off and be lazy and okay, it's not so important.
Yeah.
But I know it's actually very
Yeah, in the back of your mind, you know.
strength is
you have to do strength.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do that as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, have you had any big injuries that
Yeah, so-
sidelined you for a while?
My biggest one was not an injury. It was more of a heart, abnormal ECG. I think it's quite common in a lot of athletes. So my cardiologist noticed that.
So abnormal heartbeat or something, right?
Yeah. So they will say, oh, you have thick heart walls. And don't worry, if you are not doing competitive sports, it's okay.
But I am.
Yeah, exactly. That was like, okay. He went, I am. She was like, huh? Okay, then can you don't run for 6 months? Cannot. Then, so apparently he made a call to his colleague from overseas, and then they said, okay. And he called me again and said, 3 months. They said 3 months will do. So you don't do anything for 3 months, Ken?
Wow, that must have driven you crazy.
Yeah, because he said, okay, so he was saying the suspected condition that he thinks he thought I had was like if I do a race and then I will be that kind for collapse.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
collapse and die.
So maybe I should see a cardiologist.
Yeah, so he said that because of the thick heart walls, then the only way to prove that I don't have the condition is to detrain, and if it reverts to the normal thickness, then that is because of training.
Yeah.
So I had to do that.
So that's the kind of the longest.
So then how did you stay motivated? Did you like, how did you stay?
I was motivated to get back, so I didn't even do a single sit-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was a normal person. I didn't exercise.
You were just one of us.
No, you run, you cycle.
Yeah, so I just did nothing for 3 months.
Yep.
And then thankfully
So when you started up again and they tested you again.
yeah,
And it was back. The thickness reverted to a normal thickness.
Okay, was that really down, like a down period for you? Like not being able to, because you train, 5 times a week, like 5 days a week, I'm sure, 7 days a week.
yeah, 7
Yeah, so then you don't do anything for 90 days.
I think because I think way ahead. I know that if I want to be sure that I won't die halfway training or halfway running,
Yeah.
I have to do this. So I think that helped.
I have to go through.
So it's like any other goal. You just set the goal of not training for.
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
Yes,
Right.
it was a goal for me.
Yeah.
Like that's why I didn't even do anything. Zero exercise.
So you wanted to be
Because
the best at doing nothing.
Yes, correct. Yeah,
I want myself to be fat, and then the heart more to go back to the normal thickness. Yeah. So
And then when you came back, did you feel super unfit?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I
How long did it take you to get back to normal again?
cannot remember. It was pretty long ago when I was still a pure runner.
Yeah.
So I can't really remember.
So this is like do a 5K.
yeah,
do-
probably have to start
so,
slow,
yeah,
go for easy runs.
7K, 10K.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so how about an injury? Have you ever like had plantar fasciitis or any knee problems when you're running? And how do you get through that? How do you sort of physically and mentally sort of break that down?
If you talk about recent years as a triathlete or duathlete, not much, but I do have niggles here and there, knee pain. Now I'm having some lower back pain. So I think
Because most triathletes or most endurance athletes are pretty type A, and they've got a very structured routine: Monday swim, Wednesday whatever.
Yeah.
And then having an injury can really sort of
Yeah.
mess up with that routine, right?
A lot of people,
they will just keep going hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will ignore all those.
Mhm.
But I'm quite risk adverse. So if I feel like it's too much, I will tone it down. I'll take it easy.
Okay.
I'll see a doctor, see a physio.
So if you're out for a run and then you feel like your foot's a bit sore, would you just bail on the workout, or would you finish it anyway and then deal with the consequences?
If it's soft muscle ache kind, then that's fine. If it's sharp pain, I'm limping.
Yeah.
I'm not able to run or cycle in the posture that we usually do. The form is off.
Yep.
Then I may just go easy or cut it short. Yeah.
Okay. So then, how many big races would you say you do? You did T100 this year. You did Boston at the end of last year. Are you doing like 3 or 4 big races a year?
Yeah, I think thereabouts.
Okay.
We do. And
3, 4, 5.
Okay. And then, so how do you prepare for let's just say there's a race in 4 months' time? Are you doing a lot of load now? And then what's a typical sort of training sort of leading up to something like that? Is it sort of, milestones? I need to be here 6 months out, and then I need to be here 4 months out, and then sort of setting a small mini goals and mini milestones along the way? Is that how you do it, or do you just follow the training plan?
So I largely follow the training plan. Bro, most of the things that my coach gives me, I will do it. I don't usually have very specific goals. So, I want to hit this watts. I want to run at this timing.
Yeah.
But for SEA Games we have to, because that's qualifying time.
Yeah.
So right now I'm starting to look back into that as well, and then see, I need to qualify by this time. So how fast I need to run.
So you don't. It's not by winning races that you qualify. It's by doing under a certain time.
Yeah, time. We go by the previous SEA Games bronze timing. So this is actually SNO season.
Yeah.
It's not just for
I have heard about that
Yeah.
before.
So in any other sports, it's the same.
So if you beat the bronze medal time of last SEA Games, you qualify.
Likely you
Yeah.
will be selected.
And then there's still a selection process.
Yeah, then depends on how many people hit the timing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so do you still do just pure running races?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still do. Not often, but I still do.
So how do you, for like a 10K, which is 45 minutes or 40 minutes, something like that, do you have any special prep leading up for that? Do you do intervals or hard sessions? What do you?
Because I think right now, duathlon is still my focus. If I do run races, they will be like a training race for me.
Yeah. Okay.
And it should also be the similar distance that I'm racing for in the duathlon. So like sprint distance, then I will try to maybe race more 5 and 10K races. Yeah. So it fits into my training.
So what big races do you have coming up for the rest of the year?
June there's a Perak duathlon.
Okay.
In August there's another duathlon in Townsville.
In Australia?
Australia.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I'm going Taupo end of the year.
Oh, so
for World Champs.
So Boston last year, you qualified for Taupo this
I
year?
qualified for World Champs with Bangsan, Thailand.
Oh, because you podiumed on Bangsan, right?
Yeah. I got third.
So then, nice. So then Taupo, you are going to the World Champs, because it's going to be quite a big Singapore contingency going down here, I hear. Because it's so close, everyone wants to go to that one instead of somewhere like Nice or somewhere far away. Or St. George in America. It's like really, really far. How about race tips for newbies, right? I needed race tips on my last race where I didn't finish. But what do you have a routine pre-race or anything that you try not to do or try to make sure that you do?
For me, I will visualize how the race may go.
Yep.
May go well, or the things that may go wrong.
Yep.
I think about them and
So does that mean that you're thinking about backup plans? If something goes wrong and you find that you're getting distance, what?
So I've done a lot of mistakes. Also for running and triathlon or duathlon is so different. Running is just you can switch off your brain and just run.
Yeah.
Right? But for multi-sport you can't.
Yeah.
Because you have transitions, you have a lot of rules. You cannot put your shoes on.
Make sure that everything's in the box.
You cannot mount.
You can't, before the line, after the line.
After the line.
No drafting, you can draft.
Yeah, can draft, cannot draft. Helmet, here and there. And then sometimes when you're racing, you are so tired, right? And it's you'll get confused.
Yeah.
By the way, at the start, I was not very good at it. And then when I make one small mistake, I would just panic. And it will last for the next few minutes.
Yeah. And you can't stop thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
And then it's...
Yeah. And then you cannot switch back. And then he's gone. Your competitors are gone.
And it's not like you could do anything different. It's already done.
Correct.
Yeah.
So then I had to start visualizing what will go wrong, what may go wrong, how, and know what I would feel. Like I will feel anxious.
Because that's what happened during the T100 this year, right? You crashed. Did you crash this year?
I at the turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I slipped.
So then you slipped, and then it's like, oh shit, what do I do? Like, is that why have this sort of visualizations come into to play?
No, that was whether I was thinking of stopping.
Yeah.
I was thinking of
like pure adrenaline.
Anyways, it was near transition, so I was thinking, actually, maybe it's
It's a sign.
so before.
But were you in the lead when that happened, or were you?
I was in the lead.
Okay.
So even before the crash, I wasn't feeling good, and I was thinking of not completing the race.
Yeah.
So when the crash happened, I was slightly emotional for that few seconds. Like almost want to tear. That one I didn't tell a lot of people, but I'm telling you now, like I don't know why. Like, what do I want to cry?
It's just a race.
I'm okay. Yeah, it's just a race. And then I was like, okay, maybe this is a good chance for me to not race anymore, and then just give myself excuse. No need to race so hard.
Like Gustav Eden last year. Gustav Eden just crashed in the corner at Nickel Highway. He's like, I'm out. I'm not doing this anymore.
Then I was thinking, okay, my bike is fine. I was fine, and I think I'll feel worse if I don't finish up that race. So I just went.
And then you remember you have Garmin, and then you have ASICS, and you have all these things on your tri-suit that you have to represent, right?
Oh, the pressure. Okay, just finish up.
Did you lose any places during that crash, or did you just manage to pick yourself up and maintain where you were, or you don't even know?
I maintained.
Yeah.
I maintained, but I lost a lot of time. Yeah.
And then I guess finish off the ride was okay after that.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, and then it's just running for you. It's just
After I finished, I was so exhausted mentally. I was like, oh my god, this is the hardest race ever.
But during the race, do you know what position you're in?
No. So because T100, they should have elite wave, so that it's safer in that sense.
Yeah, because I was start manager for that race, right? For T100, and because it's in waves.
Yeah,
So
the wave.
if you started at the first person in your wave, it could be 30 seconds or a
Right.
minute before
Yeah.
the last person in the wave. So if you start at the back
You
and you're 30 seconds behind the first person, you might still win,
yeah.
right? So it's a bit confusing
Correct.
in that way, right?
So I wasn't super sure, but I roughly know because
You look for the
I-
you look for people around you and
Yeah,
at the
and
finish
I
line.
caught up with.
the runners who started ahead of me.
Oh, because it's a duathlon, right? Because in the
So,
swim you can't really tell, but yeah.
So for duathlon, I could see.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so full-time job, right? At a school, so you're there at 7 in the morning. You probably finish at 1:30, 2 o'clock, or probably 4 o'clock by the time you get. How many hours a week do you actually left to train? And when do you do it? Do you do it like super early, like 4 to 6 in the morning, or is it like evenings?
Both. So it depends. If I do double sessions, it has to be
Yeah.
4 or 5.
Yeah, it's like some people are going to bed at that time.
Yeah, I know, right? So
Either I do that or after work,
Mm.
or if I can go for a gym session in between, in between school lessons, then I can do it as well.
And then how many hours a week are you training?
On average, 12 to 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like almost another part-time job, isn't it?
yeah, just doesn't pay me.
So yeah, I know, right? So 12 would be just during the build-up and for
Yeah.
sort of just finishing races, and 16 is focused a few weeks out of a race or just getting the big miles in. But then you have good races, you have bad races. How do you sort of stay motivated in the long term? Have you had a bad race where it's like just want to quit the sport, and then how did you get from that point to back into the top again?
Quitting the sport has never crossed my mind before.
Okay.
And I intend to make this a lifestyle for me.
Yep.
So
So you're going to be like the 65-year-old auntie there that is finishing the. You're going to be the ripped 65-year-old woman.
Yes,
Okay.
that's my goal.
So that it will continue.
To be my lifestyle.
Mm.
Yeah.
But you can't do well all the time, right? So
Yeah.
So
how do you cope with not a race that goes badly, and then how do you sort of
okay.
get back to in the groove?
I think the environment that we set ourselves in is very important.
Yep.
For me, would be work. Thankfully, the work side, they're super supportive.
Mm.
The bosses, my colleagues, they are very supportive.
Do you have to pick your races for school holidays? Kind of.
Kind of. Yeah. So, but not some important races are out of school holidays.
Yeah.
So that's why I said my school is very supportive.
Yeah.
They let me go. Because teachers, we cannot take
Yeah,
leave, like any.
I know.
Yeah, we only can do school holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's one. The second is basically your friends, your family, your close ones, even your coach or anyone else.
There's sort of a support system, right?
They have to be supportive. They have to be positive.
Mm.
Yeah. And you have to be discerning enough to know how to cut people off, how to basically block the noises that will affect
Or if someone is
Or the
particularly
naysayers.
toxic,
Yeah,
or
toxic.
or something, you
Correct.
just know how to sort of.
Yeah, like, hey, you're so bad already, why? So old already. So when I first started, I wanted to start doing triathlon. Someone told me, hi, you're so old already, and then you're working full time. How to fight with the younger ones?
Yeah, the youngsters, and you
Yeah.
can't even swim 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, correct. And then you will swim like that. How you know?
like that.
Yeah. So there are people who say this kind of things to you, but
Yeah, of course.
Usually I just smile.
oh yeah, no.
Every
Very
single
difficult.
picture I've seen on your Instagram, you're smiling.
No, you check that. Some of that. Okay, that's also one skill that I learned. Learn to smile when I see the.
You didn't see the But yeah, and they normally have photo spot ahead or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
So
for a fact, okay, camera is coming, so I smile. Yeah, but so anyway, yeah, back to that. So I think your close ones are very important. They can be honest, but they cannot be negative about you.
Yeah,
Like they can be honest about my flaws. Oh, yeah, I'm not good at this.
but not drag you down.
Yeah,
right?
they should still be supportive. The vibes it should still be positive in general.
So you sort of surround yourself with positive reinforcement.
Yeah,
sort of
your
people.
training friends, your friends who don't train, my friends who don't train, who don't do the sport, they are so supportive. They don't know what I do. They really don't know what I do. They just, so tiring. How come you can do this for so long?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're so supportive.
Yeah.
Oh, they always text, I'm so proud of you, that kind of thing. So that's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to know what.
Sometimes just a couple of nice words from when you don't expect it, right? Is super good.
Actually, I don't really like social media, but because of sponsors and all, I have to post more stuff, right? Then I also realized that there are followers whom I don't really know will drop me a text or DM to say that, hey, because of you, I'm doing this, doing that. I did my first half marathon because of you. I'm cycling out now because I saw you training in the morning. Then
It
motivates me.
The Garmin Run Club that we did last year, right?
Yeah.
It was like 15 weeks or something like that. We started off as a ragtag bunch of people, right? And then by the end, we were pretty good. It was quite motivating, right?
Yeah, it was so nice. It was a very good experience for me.
Yeah. Is that something that you do often, these sort of things? Was that just, that was the first time?
That was the first time, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was such a good
It was quite fun.
time.
Okay. So what's the best way to get a hold of you? Instagram, right? man.yun?
Yeah.
man.yun. So what next for you for the next year? I guess SEA Games.
Yeah, I will be moving down to sprint distance triathlon. I will still probably do some triathlon.
So but by the end of the year, you do your 70.3, then back to sprint distance and standard distance duathlon until you know what's happening with the qualifications.
Yeah, so my main focus will be that. I don't want to lose my swim as well, so I will still swim.
And swim is really good cardio and post-training as well, right?
It's so relaxing.
Yeah.
It's relaxing. Sometimes it's not, but you come out feeling
Is that do you go to OCBC? Is that where you normally swim? Or?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, I think a lot of people go there now.
Yeah.
And then, so if you do qualify, fingers crossed, then the rest of the year will be preparing for.
Yeah, I'll probably I will just focus on triathlon.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think that's been great. And I guess we'll catch up with you again soon, right? Okay.
Thank you for having me.
No problem.